A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision, the International Criminal Court, ICC, has issued arrest warrants for two top leaders of the Taliban, accusing them of committing crimes against humanity through the persecution of women and girls in Afghanistan. The warrants target Taliban Supreme Leader Hibatullah Akhundzada and the head of Afghanistan's Supreme Court, Abdul Hakim Haqqani. This unprecedented action highlights the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan, particularly the severe restrictions imposed on women's rights since the Taliban regained power nearly 4 years ago. The ICC stated that there are reasonable grounds to believe that Akhundzada and Haqqani have engaged in systematic persecution against women and girls, as well as individuals who do not conform to the Taliban's strict policies on gender identity and expression. The court emphasized that these leaders have deprived women of fundamental rights, including education, privacy, and freedom of movement, expression, thought, conscience, and religion. The ICC's chief prosecutor, Karim Khan, first sought these warrants in January, underscoring the urgent need for accountability for the ongoing violations faced by Afghan women and the LGBTQI+ community. In response to the warrants, the Taliban's leadership dismissed the ICC's actions as nonsense and reiterated their refusal to recognize the court's authority. Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid stated that the Taliban remains committed to its interpretation of Islamic law, regardless of international criticism. This rejection signals the Taliban's defiance against global norms regarding human rights and gender equality. The ICC's decision has been welcomed by global advocacy groups, including Human Rights Watch, which called for international support in enforcing the warrants. The organization noted that senior Taliban leaders are now considered wanted men for their alleged crimes against women and gender non-conforming individuals. They urged the international community to stand in solidarity with the victims of these abuses and to ensure that justice is served. The warrants come amid a backdrop of severe humanitarian crises in Afghanistan, where women and girls have faced increasing restrictions since the Taliban's takeover. Reports indicate that girls over the age of 12 have been barred from attending school, and women have been systematically excluded from various professions. Furthermore, the Taliban has implemented strict rules regarding women's movements, including requiring male chaperones for travel and limiting their ability to speak publicly. The United Nations has previously characterized the Taliban's actions as tantamount to gender apartheid, highlighting the systemic nature of the discrimination against women and girls in Afghanistan. The ICC's intervention represents a crucial step towards holding accountable those responsible for these egregious violations. As the situation in Afghanistan continues to evolve, the international community faces the challenge of addressing the ongoing cycle of violence and impunity. The ICC's warrants serve as a reminder of the need for justice not only for the victims of the Taliban's policies but also for individuals who have suffered due to the actions of various factions during the prolonged conflict in Afghanistan. The ICC, based in The Hague, was established to prosecute individuals for genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. However, it relies on member states to execute its arrest warrants, which can be a significant barrier to ensuring accountability. The effectiveness of the ICC in enforcing these warrants remains uncertain, particularly given the Taliban's refusal to cooperate. In conclusion, the issuance of arrest warrants for Taliban leaders marks a significant moment in the fight for justice and accountability in Afghanistan. It sends a strong message that the international community will not tolerate the persecution of women and girls, and that those responsible for such crimes will be held accountable. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but the pursuit of justice must continue for the sake of the victims and the future of human rights in Afghanistan. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.